So continuing further, Guruji, so we talked about the moon and the houses from moon in great detail, and specifically Shoubapati and the skills each different type of Shoubapati gives to us, and how we can solve the problems thereby, right? And different remedies you already shared previously for the Shoubapati as well as the Nakshatra Lord, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So now I want to bring us into a place where, see, if you're having planets join the moon, you can worship those planets join the moon with Bhagavata mantras. Okay? Then you will feed the planets. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. They act like Shoubapati in essence. So Bhagavata mantras work. And Vishnu avatar mantras, Vishnu Bhagavata mantras.
And will it also solve the Kumana issue?
Yes, that's the point. That's
Okay.
why we're doing it. Mhm.
Okay.
So now I want to take us into a bit more detail. Something that is highly relevant, but is much more personal to the mind. And we're still dealing with Shoubapati. Still. See, let us say your Shoubapati is Mars. Mhm. Shoubapati Mars means you connect to people through your strength. How is strength measured in a chart? You are measuring the third and sixth house from the Lagna. Right? So if Shoubapati is Mars, problems in the third and the sixth house from the Lagna will weigh a lot more in the chart than anything else. Interesting?
Oh, okay.
Interesting? So we're dealing with karaka.
Mm.
This is the point. We're dealing with karaka.
Mm.
Because that is where the social connect actually is. One thing is activities which disturb your mind, right? The other thing is what is happening in the houses where you're connecting socially. So a person with Shoubapati Mars is connecting to people through the third and sixth house.
Wonderful. Okay.
Okay? They connect through that. If Shoubapati is the sun, you connect through your Lagna. Okay? If Shoubapati is moon, you connect through the fourth house. Shoubapati Mars we dealt with. Shoubapati Mercury, you connect through the 10th house. Okay? If you don't have a good 10th house, you're having a problem in your connect. All right? All right? If you have Shoubapati moon, like Sri Ram, moon in moon sign, Cancer, his Shoubapati is moon. He connects through his fourth house. Now, in his house, he has Saturn retrograde there exalted. That caused him to experience vanvas. He was exiled. What is happening to his social connect? It's breaking over there. Completely breaking. Now, let's say your Shoubapati is, we did Sun and Moon and Mars, Mercury, Jupiter. You should see a bunch of houses, is it? Many houses? 2, 5, 9, 11. Focus on 5 and 9.
Okay.
5 and 9 are the focus. All right? Focus on those will be more important. Essentially, kids and elders. Essentially. Okay? If your Shoubapati is Venus, focus on the 7th house. All right? If Shoubapati is Saturn, focus on the 8th and 12th, not 6th, 8th and 12th house. Okay? The social connect is happening there. And if there are problems there, actually that is where the social connect is having a problem.
So you have to solve for those houses then.
You have to see those houses. So from the Shoubapati, we are now getting to know which houses from the Lagna chart you should be reading. Okay? They are highly relevant to get the social connection in this world. It is actually those houses which are feeding the mind. All right? You are getting some type of feeling of reciprocation from the world from those houses. So I have Shoubapati Mercury. I get a lot of experience of food. I get fed by my work. Lucky you. You better hope I have a successful career. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. Okay? If somebody comes to you with Shoubapati Mercury and they have a career problem, hoy, it must be a problem that really is hitting them hard. Okay?
It's much more serious than any other Shoubapati
For
having.
them, yes. Because it's now affecting the social connect. And social connect can also imply how are they really feeling useful to society? How do they feel useful? All right? One thing is the ability. The ability of my Shoubapati Mercury is to speak. If that ability is weak, that's Mercury who is weak. The other thing is, where do I use this ability to connect? I use it in my 10th house. Okay? So one thing is ability. Is Visti's ability strong? See Mercury. Where does Visti connect with this ability? In his 10th house. He may have a great ability, but if he doesn't have a connect in the 10th house, what uses the ability? There we go. Okay? What uses the ability if the connect is not there? What uses it for a person to be strong due to Shoubapati Mars if they do not have places to prove their strength in the 3rd or 6th house? Okay? And there's a big problem with the 6th house. It can cause disease, and then forget strength, you'll be in bed. That's the point of using Shoubapati in this method. And this can help us understand people a bit better. All right? Now, you should apply. You've got the list now? Shoubapatis?
Yes.
Houses?
Yes.
Okay.
All the karakas are covered, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No nodes, remember? No nodes?
No nodes, yeah.
Okay, now small googly. If a graha joins the moon, it'll also behave like this. It'll behave like Shoubapati. All right? So if you have moon join Saturn like Visti, I must also see my 8th and 12th for my connect. All right? So if you talk to Visti, Visti will start talking a lot about meditation and pranayam. Why? Because in one of those houses, I have a very strong yoga. In my 12th house, I have a very strong yoga for lots of knowledge about 12th house, meditation and pranayam and breathing and sleep. I study this a lot. So this is my, I connect to people. When people start talking about these topics, I get interested. Because Shani has joined my moon. So see 8th and 12th. And in 12th, you see that great meditation yoga. I say, oh, okay, there we are. That's the yoga we have to talk about. That's my social connect. So this is quite useful to understand where is the connect, what is happening in the connect, is there utility behind this connection? And you will get to understand world leaders very well if you use this information. So if you permit, I want to show you a chart of a world leader who's very much in the news now.
Yeah.
Yes. So let me just do that, and I'll pick up this chart. Here we are. If I do this, this looks nicer. Can we see the chart? Can you see it?
No, yeah, now I can see it, yes.
Here's Donald Trump's chart. And let me just pick up something so I can write on the screen. Oh, this will move around. Can we move this a bit here, maybe? And so I've drawn the diamond chart and the South Indian chart, if you will, the Shukra chakra and Guru chakra. So what do we see for Trump? Trump in his chart is having his moon sign in Scorpio. Yes? Now, Ketu is there. K2 is not on our list, so we'll just ignore it, right? Even though it's UT, we'll ignore it. So there's only really one graha influencing his connect, all right? It is Mars, the Shoubapati. Yeah. This one Mars Shoubapati is influencing the connect of Donald J. Trump to the world. Now, this means he is having some great strength. Mars is strong, right? He's strong, we should say. There's some power behind him. He has this exertion of power in him. Okay? And through this Mars, he's connecting to people. Now, how do we see where he connects? He will connect in the 3rd house and in the 6th house. These are the two places where this connect is working for him, right? 3rd house and the 6th house. Now, there are no planets there. So you are supposed to now see the yoga. For example, the 3rd lord is Venus. And what do you know about 3rd lord Venus? 3rd house has a relationship to the topics of, let's say, the club you're belonging to, the people you belong to, the group you belong to. It also has to do with sexuality. Now, if the Lord is Venus, then sexuality is a prime focus suddenly. Okay?
Yes.
So you are now, and you're seeing this Shukra is in the 12th house, which can give, we say, a lot of comforts in the bedroom. That's one of the statements given. So he is trying to find a connect for his strength in the 3rd house, and the focus is coming to Maithuna, intimacy. He is connecting to people by talking about sex.
Yeah.
He might have great friends he wants to interact with because of the topic of sex.
Yeah.
Right?
Epstein, for example, probably.
The people are suspecting the Epstein interaction to be surrounded by that. Yes, there's a suspicion because of that. All right? Or it could simply, let's say we make it mild and say they had a lot of banter about women. Okay? Why were they talking to each other? What is their conversation about? It's about this Shukra. Because this is how his connect is. This is how he connects to people. You sit with him long enough, if you're a man, he'll start talking about how beautiful women are. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why this is there. And then, so see the 6th house. The 6th house is supposed to be about defeating enemies, being stronger than the enemy, dealing with enmity, dealing with illness, dealing with weakness, dealing with all of this. Because defeating the enemy is defeating a weakness, is the point. That's the whole point of the 6th house, getting over your weaknesses. But then you confuse defeating the enemy with getting over a weakness, but actually you got more weaknesses because you had to fight with the enemy. Okay? So that's a very complex house because of that. People get confused about it. And there are no planets here, and the Lord Saturn has gone back to this Venus over here. All right? So this entire person's social connect is surrounding this Shukra Shani Yoga in the 12th house. Now, you could argue, hey, but Shani is in Cancer. That can give Rajyog. That can give a person who will have political power. So now we're seeing, oh, yes, he connects to the world by also wielding political power, having political connections, people who are in high places that he can depend on for different things, different achievements. So now we understand why he has the impulse to enter politics, albeit late in life, because of that Shani in Cancer, which is how he connects to people, wielding his power. Okay? All right? Yeah. So this tells us a lot about Trump, about how he connects to people. Now, obviously, if you know that this is how he connects to people, then if somebody knew this, then they know how to talk to him also, right? What topics should you talk to them about, which makes them connect more? All right? Unfortunately, this can be used against such a person. Yeah. You will see here Venus is over here, and you see this strange arrow? It means Venus is suffering Charakark replacement by another Graha. That other Graha here is Rahu. Rahu is replacing Venus. Venus now is losing its connect. It's becoming a ghost. It's being replaced. So his 3rd house is now like a ghost. He's losing his social connect. If you lose your social connect, you become insensitive. Insensitive. You lack sensitivity. Lack sensitivity about what? That same Venus? About sex, about sexuality, about what happens in the bedroom. You lose connection. You're pushing the boundaries about what's appropriate to interact with people about and what's not. All right? You say some very, very strange things about sexuality because of this. You could get a lot of criticism because people said that is very inappropriate to say, to do, to act on. Okay? This is what that Venus is doing. That's why there's a complaint about him in matters of intimacy and sexuality. Okay? Because the Venus was lost. It's got Charakarka placement. It's become a ghost. It's being replaced by another Graha due to that arrow there. So my point is, he lacks sensitivity. All right?
This is helping understand what is all happening now a lot, the way he's behaving and how people are also reacting to it. It's quite clear that he's lacking the touch with the, what people are actually feeling about him in a way.
But it's very strange for him because this is how he connects to people and people are saying it's inappropriate. So he will make this, he will do this several times. He will try again. He will say something. He'll say something again. Because he connects to people with this. He's connecting. He's trying to find that connection. And every time he tries, people say, "What did on earth came out of your mouth?" And he says, "Oh, okay. I have to change my mind about this or something. I was insensitive." He'll try, all right? But he will keep making a blunder because when a planet is being replaced in Charkark replacement, you lack boundaries there. And Venus got replaced, so he lacks boundaries there. And this is affecting him also because of the Saturn join in the political sphere.
So it's increasing his enmity because Saturn is the sixth lord. A lot of people
You could argue that, yes. Now, I will not speak about whether that sixth house is increasing enmity or not without seeing Mars. If the sixth lord has Durasambandha with Mars, you will have difficulties with enmity. Okay? They're in 212 from each other. There's a problem coming. Big enemies will be. But you have to have big enemies to be in politics. Otherwise, your small enemies means you're not in politics. Right to say? So that part we cannot work on. That's not useful for us. So that was one chart, if you will. We should maybe pick up another chart. Anybody in your mind that you have that you wanted to
I
look
was
at?
actually, I will be honest, I was thinking, these days politically what's happening, being an Indian, is our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. Earlier he and Trump had a lot of bonhomie with each other. Now Modi is trying desperately not to meet him. Every world gathering, whatever it is, Trump is expecting Modi will come there, Modi is not going there. So I think it's probably because, the personalities are different. Probably, I guess because the Venus related talk, I guess Modi is not able to have that much with Trump or what.
Maybe. But let's see his chart. No, look, let's see. This is Narendra Modi's chart. All right.
Yeah.
So what do we have here? Moon is in Scorpio, just like Trump. Mars is joined. We have no doubt we have to focus on the third and sixth house. Okay? Now, if Jupiter is your lord of third house and it is placed here in Aquarius, you are not thinking much about sexuality in your interaction with people. Okay? Guru in Kumbha is like Sadhu Guru. All right? If you talk to him about mantras, he'll be more interested. Okay? If you talk to him about the church and the Bible, he'll be more interested. Okay? And maybe he thought that was the thing that he would have in common with Trump initially, because Trump would often talk about these topics in public. And then you get to be slightly in private with Trump, and then you get to hear this other thing. Well, now that the Bible is out of the way, let's talk about that. That's kind of the thing that's happening. And this is sixth lord also. And there is a parivartana.
Yeah.
And this Rahu Jupiter parivartana, I have some complaints about, sure. But the point is that there is a very strong sense of austerity behind the way that Modi will connect to people. Okay? He connects through this.
And it's the opposite of indulgence, which is what I would say Trump is more towards. Probably.
See, so now look at this here. Venus and Saturn aspect that Jupiter, right?
Yeah.
Which is what Trump is having.
Yeah.
He has Saturn-Venus yoga. So this drishti, he has the ability to talk about these things, Modi, but it's not his prime focus. He's more focused on this. So I don't know what that banter is that Modi has. Maybe like some men, they have a banter about these topics, okay? But I would argue that this does not weigh as heavily as this. There's a strong sense of austerity behind this Jupiter in Aquarius, okay?